What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you. I want to thank my sponsor, Steel Supplements. Link and discount code down in the description. Also, there's going to be a link. They've got a great promotion for summer. Free t-shirt. They've got a limited edition summer flavor. You get yourself a sample pack. It's $9.99 plus shipping. Guarantee that you'll love it. And they always throw in a couple extras every time I order. All you have to do is use the link in the pinned comment. And also, I'm a Weeble preferred influencer. Best promotion in the pinned comment. Click the link, open an account. They'll give you free stock, deposit even $1. They're going to give you more free stock, but you have to use my link, and it is something special they do for you guys for supporting my channel. I watched a video from Geddon the other day, and I kind of wanted to take it in a little different direction, but in a similar direction. I recommend you go watch his video. I'll throw that down there in the pinned comment as well. Might as well, right? And it's kind of a history lesson here, okay? All-Pro Football 2K was not respected when it launched. I remember the day All-Pro Football 2 came out. I remember driving to go get the game. I remember coming back and looking at the forums and seeing the reality of the situation. And that was very much that players wanted NFL teams and they wanted NFL players. The allure of past players was not enough. And we know that it didn't turn into sales. And I do think there's a lot of fault on 2K. Horrible job marketing this game. The marketing of All-Pro Football revolved around a soundtrack that DJ Z Trip made. It actually came with the game. You got a download code to download his mixtape. And I think they did that with legendary hip-hop artists and musicians to cater toward an older gamer. But the reality is, it just didn't work out. And we know that because it didn't go beyond 1 year. Secondarily, Backbreaker. Right? Backbreaker was a game that only two people in our community actually had working with in terms of creators, myself and Gideon Prime. Now, to me, that game was met with even less appreciation than All-Pro Football because at least All-Pro Football had 2K's namesake behind it. But with Backbreaker, there were some challenges. Number one, there's no way around this. It was made from people that did not live in the U.S. and did not fully understand the NFL football rule set. And we even saw that today when you look at the original Maximum Football and the Canadian rule set. People just don't want to play, at least here, football games with different rule sets outside of the standardized NFL. A lot of people looked at Backbreaker as a novelty, and a lot of people felt it was just a way to showcase the engine that could be sold to other gaming companies, and obviously, Natural Motion, Euphoria never went anywhere else. But we know where we are today, right? Over a decade later, and we've really learned some important things. First of all Pro Football taught us the importance of unique players, quality animation, and realistic gameplay, right? The entire product of All-Pro Football has never been replicated by Madden, right? It hasn't. Despite having very unique and special players in today's game, EA has done very little to distinguish them, other than poorly implemented randomizers that allow you to get superstar or special factors or abilities that kind of limit the dice rolls that you can get within the game. But the athlete today may very well be more than the athlete in years past. So the fact that our football games don't represent that is even sadder. And secondly, Backbreaker showed us that physics can make all the difference in a sports game. Unique impacts, players that have logic, that allowed for natural movement, in-air collisions, players understanding to extend the ball, first and goal, at the goal line, first downs, everything. So let's move on to where we are now. We've got the largest gaming company we've had putting out a game that we've seen in years. And they're using the Unreal 5 engine to do so. So I wanted to talk about three things that any gamer can look at and understand that Maximum Football could, and I stress could, make them the new standard of football games. Now, the first of which is going to be animation and world quality. Unreal allows the user to import things effortlessly and turn them into worlds. They can take a height map, which is a great tool, very easily accessible, and quickly translate that into a stadium background. The ground in the game that you're looking at here in real time took about 3 minutes for someone to create. Imagine creating that type of environment around the field or outside of the field so effortlessly. The Nantite tech also allows a lot of detail. So it's not as if these fast environments are going to be met with degrading quality. Now, physics. There's a lot that can be done with the Chaos Physics engine. It really is limitless when you look at the collision standpoint of it. And more importantly, if you aren't having to import an engine, right? We go back to Backbreaker just for a moment. You know, the Euphoria engine was imported into the game. When you talk about the Chaos engine with Unreal, it's already built in. It's not something that's going to have any type of issues converting. It's not going to have any issues crashing or stability issues, no pun intended when we're talking about a physics engine. But it really hasn't been shown its full potential for what it can do for human structure. But I will show here the way you can control the degradation of a sphere falling into the earth. And lastly, we'll talk about lighting and shaders. And what I would offer to you is this means that we could have weather on a whole different scale than we've ever seen. Some of the complaints we always have about weather games is we don't see field degradation. We don't see players reacting to the weather. We don't see the field being torn up in specific areas. And what we've had game companies do in the past is they would simply overlay fields that degrade, and then as quarters start or as moments get hit, those fields would just kind of pop up, right? We've never truly had a living field that would react to snow, rain, ice, wind. Now, the reality is with this engine, that all can very much happen in real time and be unique every moment. So my snow game doesn't look like your snow game. So the snow game, like I had an opportunity to go to, where the Bills played the Colts in one of the most epic snow games of all time, well, that can happen within the context of the game, but if they use proper randomization, it may only happen one time out of 2, 3, 4,000 games. Now, that doesn't mean you as a user can go in and not create that moment yourself by adjusting the weather settings, but it means that you can truly get games that are unique and never the same. You can get ice games, you can get sleet games, you can get light rain, heavy rain, fog, all of these elements that truly impact you as a user in ways we've really never seen before, because it's always kind of been static things that are brought in. And these are the things that the Unreal Engine is already doing. If you go look, there's a game right now. It's called Unrecord. There are people that literally thought this was not a game, but rather real footage. That is what this engine allows. And that is what they're working with to build this game. But to bring everything back full circle, there is one thing that we must do as a community, and that is support this game. It's a free download. You can download it and you can love it, you can download it and you can hate it. But really what you need to do for yourself and for this community is take advantage of the game, provide your feedback, and understand that if they build off this, they have tools that were not dreamed of when All Pro Football came out, were not even thought of when Backbreaker was being made. And what they can do is create a competitive environment within football gaming, where whether it's EA or not, any company that wants to come into the marketplace looks at a game and says that this is the standard. This is what we expect. This is the detail. This is the world quality. This is the level of weather that we want in our product, and then force other companies to step their game up to get to that level. Use Maximum Football as a catalyst to make other games better and give us the best gaming experience. You know what? If you think Madden has the best player movement, if you think Madden has the best player reactions, if you think their player models are the best, then take that and go back to Maximum Football and say this: EA Sports sets our standard. You need to bring yourself to this part. That is how we will get competition working for the customer, getting the best game possible from all gaming companies, and ultimately that is what was happening in 2004 and 2005 when EA and 2K were going back and forth with their football product. The reality was social media wasn't as big as it was then. We didn't have the voices we have now, and we didn't have the communication to understand that so many of us feel the same way about these games. We're passionate about a football game, we love our football games, and we want the best football experience every time we load up the console. And we all know that EA Sports, if they haven't been doing that, have not been striving to do that for a very long time. So it's important that we take full advantage of gaming companies that want to enter the space and give us an opportunity to help them make the best product they can. Love to know your thoughts on this. Appreciate you watching. You know I will be back in the week with more commentary.